And now, please help me welcome the parent advisors, Ms. Beth Backer, Ms. Allison Jaffe, Ms. Cynthia Brisky. Let's also welcome faculty advisors, Latoya Rivers and Stephen Boardman. And now, let's welcome the class of 2022. Would the senior choral group, led by the incomparable Mr. John Eldridge, please come to the stage for the singing of our national anthem? Okay, at this time, would Mr. Nyle Linnard please come to the stage? The microphone is yours. Yeah. And your speech is there.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Perry, and thank you to all of our friends and family for being here today. Thank you to all of our amazing teachers and faculty and staff and administrators for making sure that we all got to this point. Thank you to my own family, my parents, my sister, and my grandparents for your endless support. I know I could not have made it here without you guys. Lastly, I also want to thank all the other guests for being here today on such a special day for my classmates and me. We are fortunate to have had one of the best public educations in the country. Our families, teachers, coaches, and directors have wanted nothing more than to see us succeed in every facet of our lives. But the path to success, however you may choose to define it, it's not linear. Rather, it's filled with lots of ups and downs along the way. All of us have experienced our fair share of ups and downs, highs and lows, whether alone as an individual or together as a class. But of course, these highs alone could never define our success. Instead, it's how we choose to handle the low points that allow us to fully experience the joys of life when things get better. It's how we persevere through those low moments, perhaps more than anything else, that ultimately lead to the success we seek. As a class, we've definitely experienced some lows. Like at the old field school, when they would serve us bouncy hot dogs for lunch and have us play through the chunks of the gym ceiling that would just randomly fall on us during gym class. I think we're all a little surprised that none of us have any lasting health complications from field school, but I'm glad we don't. We've also had some great high points, like the DC trip, one of our most memorable bonding experiences together. From Cards Against Humanity on the bus ride down to the pounds of candy and junk food that we ate every night, I have a feeling we'll all remember that week for the rest of our lives. On a serious note though, our only normal year of high school was freshman year. And even that wasn't completely normal because we were freshmen. We had never really known what high school was supposed to be like when our sophomore year ended so abruptly. So everything felt especially uncertain. ACT and SAT testing dates were canceled indefinitely. Colleges stopped visits and tours, but the greatest challenge we faced was staying apart from each other and out of the classroom. The way in which generations of students had learned in a classroom with an in-person teacher would no longer be a given for us. For a while there, it felt like we just couldn't catch a break. With all we had to endure, no one would have blamed us if we wanted to give up and stop working so hard. I am so proud to say that we did not give up. We wanted success, so we chased it harder than ever. We kept a strong work ethic, maintained excellent GPAs, and scored very well on standardized tests. We won math competitions and world language awards. Our class's sports captains led multiple teams to league, sectional, state, and even national titles this year. All while training in the midst of a global pandemic, mind you. Our classmates created award-winning works of art and earned accolade after accolade for theater and musical performances. But our true success is that we supported each other, lent a helping hand when needed, and in spite of facing unprecedented challenges, we dug deep, we persevered, and we triumphed over everything that life threw at us. The lows of these challenging times might be some of the lowest we'll ever have to face in our entire lives. But I also know that the high points that followed wouldn't be nearly as appreciated without them. If you've ever seen the movie Good Will Hunting, one of my favorite movies, you might remember the part where Robin Williams says that you'll have bad times, but they'll always wake you up to the good stuff you weren't paying attention to. Personally, I think this could not be more true for our class. Maybe we wouldn't have ended up appreciating each other so much if COVID hadn't separated us the way it did. Maybe we value going into school every day just a little more because that too had been taken away. Maybe we won't take audiences for granted at future concerts and shows, or assume that spectators will always be there at our events to cheer us on from the stands. Maybe future graduating classes won't take for granted that they too will get to graduate here on the town green with all their friends and family present. Maybe we wouldn't be who we are today if those few years didn't happen the way they did. We did have some hard times, no one can deny it. But they taught us a thing or two about just how strong we are and just how much we mean to each other. That is what makes our class the success story that it is. Just a couple weeks ago, on our last day of school, we gathered together in our cafeteria. We embraced each other, crying tears of sadness and happiness. Sadness because this was it, but happiness too, because we had all of this amazing time together. In that moment, we all recognized that through the ups and downs, we came together and we won. You know, they say that the people you grow up with play the biggest role in making you who you are. I've known many of you since preschool, which means that I've known some of you for longer than I've known some members of my actual family. I feel so lucky to have grown up with each and every one of you. We stood tall and worked hard in the face of adversity and used difficulty to fuel the fire to achieve our greatest accomplishments. It's this, our collective grit and persistence, that leaves me no doubt that our futures are filled with endless victories and successes, big and small, just like our time here. So, congratulations to you, my classmates, my friends of the Weston High School class of 2022.
Yes, you can.
Thank you.
Would our class speaker and class vice president, Ms. Jenna Hashem, please join me on the stage for the presentation of the class address.
Your senior class vice president, Jenna Jordan Hashem. Your senior class president, Nyle Linnard.
You should hug your mom.
I got it.
That was really special. My face hurts from smiling so much. It was so wonderful to see each of you up here and have that connection. At this time, I'd like to bring up Dr. Superintendent Midge Connolly.
Dear families, community members, friends that are all here to celebrate these amazing individuals, I now present you the Weston High School class of 2022.